Hello everyone, I am Elaine Iagatta and I'm an internationally award-winning artist. I'm also a writer trying to break into the publishing world with my first book. This is my manuscript, I Was the Shy One, based on the memoirs of my great aunt, my grandfather's sister. Many times when I was a kid, I would be weeding because I was a weedaholic. I would weed their house in Canton, Massachusetts. I grew up in Walpole, and here's Aunt Ada when she was little. But, you know, I would weed their house and their whole yard. They had 10,000 flowers easily. And so after dinner, I would have her turn down the lights and tell me the story about the big, big boat. And then it just fascinated me. And then one night she said, Elaine, the big, big boat's got a name. And she told me it was the Titanic. So this is a first-hand account of the rescue. And it's staggering to know how the rescue really shouldn't have happened. And nobody really knows that, because for 113 years, this story and the forgotten first responders has not been told. So there's a chair that's been empty in history, and this manuscript, hopefully being turned into a book, will fill it. The Titanic was the largest man-made moving object on Earth, and it was pretty staggering, ship, astonishingly so. But the day it took off in Southampton was the day that the Carpathia, the rescue ship, took off in New York. And my great aunt had survived death, a guaranteed death by virus, just as her family was leaving America back to Europe for better paying jobs. So when she miraculously survived, she made the lone trip with her doctor down to the pier in New York to be dropped off on an unknown ship, the Carpathia. Most of the people in the planet don't even know the name of the rescue ship for the Titanic. It's mysterious that for 113 years, all of this is just shrouded in silence until now. I mean, a lot of people know about the Titanic, the first ever gym, the Turkish baths, etc., but they don't know how the rescue really shouldn't have happened. This is a first-hand account. It's incredibly riveting, not because it's my family, but it is. It is. There's things in here that aren't even in Google. And so as an unaccompanied minor, on this rescue ship, she got an opportunity that, didn't happen to many. She actually got to know Dorothy Gibson, the silent film actress. Beautiful, beautiful scenes meeting her. And she actually got to know Molly Brown. There's a stern picture of Molly, but there's actually an astonishing scene. I don't want to give it away, but where she escaped death and can relate to Molly escaping death and helps Molly actually with her PTSD. It's just really serendipity. It's just really a beautiful piece in the story. And so the Titanic is still making headlines. Then it made headlines all over the world in every language, any newspaper, who lived, who survived, and whose fault was it. So that's really ripped open like a giant can opener. There's some very dramatic 113-year-old headlines here. But even now, if anything happens to the Titanic, it's instantaneous global news. Instantaneous global news. It's amazing how one ship has just dominated and captured generations and generations of people. And here is the Carpathia. Beautiful rendering of her. Beautiful rendering of her. Totally unknown ship. And on the fourth night, she just went right into history. Here's a beautiful picture of her in front of the Statue of Liberty. It's one of my favorite pictures of her on the whole planet. And I dedicate this book to my father, who was an amazing, amazing guy. That's a vintage picture of him, and he's totally angelic. But this is what we have. We have the missing piece. It's been missing from the ether of the world for 113 years and is most deserving to be told. I'm starting this funding process, to just help this get up and out. This is a voice that shouldn't have been silenced, and it's a voice that should be heard. The Titanic's forgotten first responders. Here's the manuscript, I Was the Shy One, and how my aunt overcame her shyness, being thrust into one of the biggest global tragedies the world has ever known. Thank you.